to join her.
Good evening. It is the long-awaited project that plans to bring shopping, restaurants, and housing to Northwest Bakersfield. But progress on the Bakersfield Commons has faced major delays for years. The Now's Emma Lockhart joins us in studio with more on what could finally kickstart the development. Emma?
Last year, the project developer told 23 ABC they had plans to break ground last summer. However, the land off Coffee and Brimhall Road is still a dirt lot, but a new Adventist Health hospital set to be built in the area could provide hope to the Commons. Big plans await in Northwest Bakersfield, but those plans have seen little fruition with major delays and setbacks for years. The master plan community, Bakersfield Commons, wants to bring shopping, restaurants, office space, and housing to the 250 acres of land off Coffee and Brimhall Roads. The project developer Trammell Crow Company told 23 ABC News last year they plan to break ground by summer of 2018. However, that never happened. 23 ABC reached out to Abby Eman, an official with Trammell Crow, to get an update on the project and reason for the delays, but she declined to provide details. However, the new Adventist Health Hospital set to be built near the Bakersfield Commons could provide hope.
I think as we look at the hospital and building the hospital, we'll start seeing some things come over on the Commons. It makes sense, doesn't it, that we're the anchor for that area, and then things can come, then the rest of the Commons can take place. So
the City Planning Department is holding a meeting tonight on plans for the proposed hospital that's set to be 7 stories and up to 140 beds.
we go tonight before the planning on the outside of the building. So how many parking places we have, a little bit about when it's a square footage. So it's the really kind of a big picture that we're going tonight.
Officials say they hope to break ground on the hospital in March or April of next year. But as the proposed hospital continues to see approval in planning, more moves could be made on the Bakersfield Commons. Eman with Trammell Crow said they plan to release a big announcement regarding the Bakersfield Commons tomorrow. And of course, we will bring you the very latest on this project as we learn more. In studio for now, I'm Emma Lockhart, 23 ABC.
Well, a local student has taken home the grand prize in an international coding and robotics competition in her age group in the Wonder League robotics competition. Students from all over the world participated in the competition, more than 35,000 kids to be exact, from 69 countries. The kids performed more than 700,000 hours of coding as part of a project to make a robot capable of saving a fictional sea creature and her 3 babies. The students filmed their progress, submitting thousands of videos. However, a local girl identified only as Team Cadenza swept up the top prize in the 12 to 14-year-old age group, taking home not just the championship title, but a cash prize of $5,000 and a robot of her choice.
This team from Bakersfield, California clearly has a future in the production business, in addition to her engineering skills. This individual took her viewers along with her every step of the way, making us feel a part of her team. We are so excited to congratulate Team Cadenza.
Organizers say while women are underrepresented when it comes to robotics, STEM, and computer science, young girls made up nearly half of all the competition's participants. A bill that would help take some of the burden off of struggling community college students is getting support at the state capitol, and it could impact students here in Kern County. Under the proposed measure, the state would establish a special financial aid program for people enrolled in California community colleges. The program would cover more than just tuition. It would also help with housing costs and transportation expenses for those who are eligible. Supporters of the plan say most state financial aid money goes toward UC and CSU students, and community college students can sometimes be left behind.
The price per unit is not really the part that is a problem. It's the housing, it's the transportation, it's the books. And when these young people don't have access to the Cal grants and the loans that CSU students and UC students have, it really makes it almost impossible for them to complete their degree.
Here in Kern County, we have Bakersfield Community College and Taft College, which serves thousands of students. According to a legislative analysis, the community college funding could cost the state about $1.4 billion a year. A new restaurant is bringing some fresh flavors to the trendy East Chester area of downtown Bakersfield, and today Dot & Knot held their grand opening and ribbon cutting. Dozens of people showed up today at Dot & Knot, which is located across from Cafe Smitten on 18th Street for their grand opening. The boutique-style restaurant and market features a seasonally driven menu, fresh produce, eggs, and their very own Pick-a-Little farms, along with other locally sourced items. People who attended the ribbon cutting were able to receive a free bag of farm fresh goods, taste some samples of what they have to offer, and participate in giveaways. The owner of Dot & Knot, Jessie Blackwell, says it's been a lot of hard work, but she's proud of what they've accomplished.
Yeah, I think it's nice to offer the produce that we're growing on the farm, offering it in the market as well, and then bringing a lot of local vendors from around town into the space. So it's nice to have just, grocery staples, beer, wine, produce, and everything else that we carry from the local vendors as well.
If you'd like to check out Dot & Knot, they're open Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. The East Hills Mall has sat abandoned for years, and now the defunct shopping center is set to be sold at auction. The mall, which is located in northeast Bakersfield on Mallview Road, is heading to auction after the new owners failed to make up a missed $7 million payment. Aside from the missed payment, documents show the property is delinquent for this year's property taxes in the amount of $206,000. Documents show the mall came under new ownership in 2017, with the city approving a new development plan in 2018. The plan would have allowed for the mall to be demolished and reconstructed, but no building plans were ever submitted. In recent months, city officials say the conditions of the East Hills Mall have deteriorated, resulting in several fires and calls for service from police. The mall will now be put up for auction and sold off to the highest bidder on Monday, May 13th, on the steps of City Hall on Truxtun Avenue. Today is National Day of Prayer, and Kern County came together to honor the occasion. Local officials, religious leaders, and residents came together in downtown Bakersfield at noon at the Liberty Bell for their 68th annual Day of Prayer. Dozens of people attended the ceremony, praying for each other and our country. And this morning, over in Delano, the Chamber of Commerce held their annual prayer breakfast at Hyatt Place. Hundreds of people participated in the faith-based event, asking for guidance, goodwill, and blessings for those not just here in Kern County, but all around the world.
And this year it's love one another. And our community is, we're a very close-knit community, and loving one another definitely fits our motto of our community as well.
The theme of this year's National Prayer Day was Love One Another.
The FTC wants Facebook to focus on privacy, so it's creating a privacy committee to protect users' data. This is according to the New York Times. The FTC is still negotiating a settlement with Facebook to create new positions at the company. The positions would be appointed by the company and the FTC, but Facebook would be in charge of appointing a head compliance officer to oversee privacy efforts. Now, arthritis as well as severe joint pain are common in rural areas. This is new information from the CDC. And joint pain, it can be severe enough to limit people from doing really simple things like just holding a cup, lifting a grocery bag, even just walking to the car. The CDC says being physically active and maintaining a healthy weight can help with arthritis pain. And Americans are living longer. And research from AARP shows that 3 out of 4 adults over 50 want to stay in their homes and communities as they age, yet many don't see that happening for them. Kamasi Aaron showing us the new services helping make it possible.
We've been in this house 40 years. It's not a palace, but I love it.
Nowadays, Ken Paulson's favorite place in his palace might just be the bathroom.
I just lift one leg at a time, get in there.
It's all because of this bench.
Just sitting here, I can take a very nice shower.
He got about a month ago.
It dramatically changed our lives.
The 84-year-old is a polio survivor. For the last 7 years, Ken's wife Kay took him to a local rec center to shower because he couldn't lift his legs into the bathroom tub.
It's a 3-hour process from the time we leave till we walk in the door. And 3 hours, 3 days a week, it's tough.
Moving out of his home was a real possibility until they bought this $50 tub bench.
It was such a simple fix to make our lives so much better.
When you do this every day, you think everybody knows about this stuff, but they don't.
Occupational therapist Nancy Dillinger made the recommendation. She's the founder of Live Life at Home, a company dedicated to helping people age in place or stay in their homes as they grow older as independently and safely as possible.
Oh, the home represents more than just a place to sleep, and it's a place for memories. It's a symbol of independence.
According to AARP, nearly 90% of seniors want to stay in their own homes as they age, and 82% want to stay even if they need day-to-day assistance. And the housing features, most important, non-slip floors, bathroom aids like grab bars, a personal alert system to call for help, and entrances without steps.
He needs to be able to stand up a little bit while he's in the shower.
Sure.
Now Nancy's working with a contractor on her next recommendation for Ken, a grab bar in the shower.
Sometimes a grab bar is really what's needed. It's just sometimes the little things that can make their day a little bit safer, a little bit better.
Nancy also recommended for Ken foam tubing for utensils, long-handled combs, brushes, and sponges.
Makes me more optimistic that I'll be able to stay here the rest of my life.
I'm Kamasi Aaron reporting.
All right, Kamasi, thank you. And if you want to find out about resources in the area, go to eldercare.gov and put in your zip code. It'll show you services like legal and financial support, caregiving services, home repair, modification, and transportation.
A local group of explorers with the California Highway Patrol took home the gold this weekend. Check this out. The Bakersfield CHP explorers competed this past weekend in the CHP Academy and came home with the top prize. The Explorer Post prepared for months in advance, training for certain events. They placed first overall, winning the Commissioner's Cup. They also placed first in active shooter scenario, vehicle search scenario, obstacle course, and traffic stop scenario. The mission of the program is to develop young individuals into responsible and productive citizens. So, of course, want to say a big congratulations to them. That is awesome. We'll take a live look at downtown Bakersfield. Check out this sun as it's starting to set. Another gorgeous day, but warming on up. A look at our weekend now with Allison Gargaro.
We've been experiencing a warming trend that began yesterday and will continue into the early portion of the weekend. That means temperatures are back to above seasonal with a nice northwesterly flow making its way through California. So here across the valley, temperatures are up 4 to 7 degrees from what we were feeling this time yesterday and up 7 in Lake Isabella. And again, that's only going to continue as we head into your Friday and Saturday. Winds have calmed down significantly as we head into the later portion of the week. Wind speeds here on the valley floor anywhere from 5 to 7 miles per
per hour, but in Tehachapi as well as down into our desert cities, looking at wind speeds from 13 up to 20 miles per hour. So nothing that's going to create good air quality, because unfortunately as temperatures increase here in the valley, so does that number on our air quality index. So tomorrow we will be in the moderate range with an AQI of 100. So just a reminder, that is just 1 point away from unhealthy for sensitive groups. So make sure that you are keeping that in mind as you head outdoors for your Thursday as well as into Friday into Saturday, because we have so many fun weekend events going on, just like Relay for Life. So if you're heading out there at 8 a.m., temperatures in the upper 60s, but then warming up quickly as we head into your afternoon. We will have a high of 88 degrees on Saturday, and that does look to be the warmest day of the week. But we do have a saving grace in store, a low pressure system that's just off the coast. It's going to be making its way onshore, bringing us a nice cool down as we head into the later portion of your weekend. 20% chance of showers for us here in the valley on Sunday, but look at this. Big drop in temperatures from 88 degrees on Saturday down to 77 on Sunday, and we're going to be holding on to those 70s into Monday and then warming right back up later next week.
Looking forward to the heat. Well, two country musicians will be coming together next week looking to raise money for local students with disabilities the best way that they know how. Through a concert, of course. Check.
Try to be happy somehow, it's easy to forget. You ain't known, baby.
Oh yeah, that was country band Big House, which is no stranger to the stage here in Kern County. They played alongside local country musician Monty Byram at the Crystal Palace. But next weekend, they're going to be joining forces with local band Truxton Mile at the Fox Theater. Their performance will benefit Inclusion Films, a local production studio and school where students with disabilities create films. The show will be held on Saturday, May 11th. Tickets start at just $25. Chris?
Airlines are scrambling to fill vacant pilot seats, and our Nicole Vowell has one pilot's journey and why she thinks more women should consider aviation careers.
4.5 billion passengers boarded nearly 45 million flights worldwide in 2018, both record-breaking numbers. Catherine Reynolds walks with pride through the airport each day, knowing she captains an aircraft that gets those people to their destinations safely.
I am honored that people trust me to take them from one city to another.
Her adventure in commercial aviation began 12 years ago when she earned her wings, a teenage dream come true.
At 14 years old, I went on a Delta flight, saw 3 pilots and thought, wow, this is really awesome what they get to do. And that was when my wheels started turning.
Those turning wheels set the stage for her career as a pilot to take off.
18, I enrolled into the aviation professional pilot program at Eastern Kentucky University. Graduated from there, successfully set up to continue my journey to get to be an airline pilot.
From there, she became a flight instructor and flew corporate and charter jets until landing at Delta in March of 2008.
Delta says, here, take this jet and go do what you love, and you get paid for it.
But Reynolds isn't like most of her colleagues. She's a woman in a male-dominated field.
And I often get stopped in the terminal walking by little girls asking if I'm a pilot, and we stand and have a discussion about how you can just do that.
Out of nearly 100,000 commercial pilots based in the U.S., only about 6% are women. Boeing projects by 2037, 790,000 new pilots will be needed worldwide to meet demands. Reynolds thinks women may be intimidated by the male-driven aviation industry, the long hours and balancing a home life. But she says she's a testament that it's possible.
You can balance being a mom, I'm a mother, you can be a wife, and you can certainly be a pilot.
It's been a slow increase, but more and more women are starting to consider a sky-high career. Reynolds just hopes she can inspire the next generation of women in the cockpit to take off even faster.
I hope that they know that girls can fly airplanes too.
Reporting from Atlanta, I'm Nicole Vowell.
All right, Nicole, thank you. And let's start the Now News feed. Scientists discovered a gene mutation that could one day help millions of people who suffer from anxiety and depression. Finished researchers using gene mutation technology on mice, and they found when they changed a certain gene, the mice became more socially active. Researchers do say that this technology is still a very far way away from being used on humans. Well, perhaps a sign that plant-based meat is the future instead of beef. The company Beyond Meat went public today on the NASDAQ stock exchange. It has several celebrity investors like Bill Gates and is the first vegan meat company to go public. The company valued at around $1.5 billion. Well, the inductees for the Video Game Hall of Fame this year, it might bring you back to your childhood because Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Kart, they were among the 4 inductees. Hall of Fame picked them for their impact on gaming and pop culture. All right, let's get back to our lineup. And hearing loss, that's not something that just older people need to consider. Why you may need to get tested and how you can really keep down costs if it turns out that you do need hearing aids.
Welcome back. The Condors will be taking the ice tomorrow, looking to take another step closer to a championship title in the playoffs. The Condors took on the Colorado Eagles last weekend at Rabobank. A little bit of a fight there, eliminating the Birds with a 5-2 win. That win set up the Condors for the Pacific Finals against the San Diego Gulls for tomorrow night. Tickets for Game 1 are on sale right now and at the Rabobank box office. If you want to go cheer on the Condors, tickets start at just $10. Doors open at Rabobank at 6. The puck drops at 7. CVS Pharmacy has announced they will be closing dozens of stores throughout the country that are underperforming, and it appears our stores here in Kern County are safe for now. The closures come as the drugstore chain shifts more of its retail presence toward healthcare services. Of the stores that will be closing down, 4 are in California, 2 in San Francisco, 1 in the Sun Valley, and another in Antioch. Some of the stores have already closed down. It's unknown at this time how many employees will be impacted. Starbucks has issued a recall on more than 260,000 French press coffee makers after receiving reports that the press could break and cause cuts and puncture wounds. Officials say they triggered the recall because the top knob of the coffee press can break off and expose a metal rod, posing a threat to cut someone's hand. So far, 8 people in the U.S. and 1 person in Canada have reported the knob breaking and causing injury. Starbucks says if you have one of the French presses impacted by the recall, stop using it out of an abundance of caution. All right, let's take a live look at downtown Bakersfield before we head to break. When we return, we're talking about our temperatures for the next few days when we see the 70s next after the break. Welcome back. I promised you the 7 days, so we're going to talk about it. Look at that. Tomorrow and Saturday, we're going to be in those upper 80s, but then cooling right on off Sunday and Monday, a chance of some thunderstorms through the area, mostly in our mountain areas, but then we're heating right back up in the middle of next week. That's going to do it for us here on the Now Bakersfield. We hope to see you back tonight for 23 ABC News at 11. In the meantime, though, we're going to leave you with this gorgeous view of the sunset in downtown Bakersfield. We hope to see you back here tonight.